All right, so let us take care of a more serious question in this topic. And let's say you are asked to write the net equation of MnO4 minus plus Cl minus, giving us Mn2 plus Cl2. Now, they ask you to, quickly write the net ionic equation for this. Now, what will you do? First of all, you determine the oxidation half cell and the reduction half cell. Now, recall that in the other video, we calculated the oxidation number of Mn in this polyatomic ion, which is plus what? 7, tetraoxomanganate 7. This one, see, plus 7, reducing from plus 7 to plus 2. Do you see it now? Now watch chlorine now. From minus 1 to what? 0. Do you see? So clearly, the oxidation half cell is this one. So Cl giving you Cl2. So this is oxidation. So this one, the other one, MnO4 minus, leading to Mn2 plus. This is clearly reduction. This is reduction, you see. So the next thing we do, we balance this. Now, that thing I told you, you balance by mass. Chlorine here is 2, this one is 1. So you now say 2Cl minus gives you Cl2, balanced by mass. The next thing that remains is balancing by charge. Now, 2Cl minus, of course, you will put 2 electrons here, plus 2 electrons. You are balanced by charge, you see. 2 Cl minus giving, you see it now, 2 electrons, okay? 1 chlorine, 1, the other chlorine, 1. 1 chlorine goes with 1 electron, the other chlorine goes with another electron, you see. So you are balanced by charge. Now, this equation is complete. You call it equation 1. Now, let us balance this one. So this one is MnO4, or let me start from, okay, let me write MnO4 minus, okay? Now, this MnO4 minus giving you Mn2 plus. Now, what will you do here? Now, watch. If you watch here, oxygen, there are 4 oxygen atoms here. Do you understand? What happened to them? So, what you do here in this case, you introduce what? H plus ion. Now, you ask yourself, how many hydrogen will 4 oxygen require? How many? Remember, in the formation of water, see, H2O, 1 oxygen atom requires what? 2 hydrogen atoms. You see? So in this case, 4 oxygen atoms, of course, will require 8 hydrogen atoms. Yes, of course, if 1 requires 2, 1 requires 2, that means that 4 will require what? 8. If you do the math, you know it's correct. So what do? We now quickly do plus 8H plus. They're giving us what? Mn2 plus what? Plus 4H2O. You see? Now, if you check, this thing is clearly balanced by mass. Don't you see? Mn, oxygen, 4 oxygens, 4 oxygen, 4 times 2, 8 hydrogen, 8 hydrogen, balanced by mass. Now, let us balance by charge. Remember, this one is plus 7, okay? Reducing to 5. Reducing to, to 2, reducing to 2. So, what will you add 7 to give you 2? That is what will you subtract from 7 to give you 2? Of course, it is 5. Now, you now balance MnO4 minus, plus 8H plus what? 5 electrons, giving you Mn2 plus what? 4H2O. Now, you have clearly balanced this one by charge and by mass. So, you can call it equation 2. This is the second equation, equation 2. Equation 2, okay? So, the next thing to do is you make sure that the number of electrons here and number of electrons here, they are equal. Then what will you do in that sense? What you do is you use, when 2 times 5 is 10, okay? 5 times 2 is 10. So you multiply this one with 5. So you now say 5 times equation 1. 5 times equation 1 is, so 5 times equation 1 will give us it will give us 10Cl minus, giving us 5Cl2 plus 10 electrons. Okay, so 2 times equation 2. 2 times equation 2 will give us 2MnO4 minus, plus what? 16H plus, then plus 10 electrons, giving us 2Mn2 plus 8H2O. Do you see? So 2 times equation 2 gives us this. So what show? Now, after doing this, you will now write the net equation. Remember, they are 10 now. So the net equation now becomes 10Cl minus plus 2MnO4 minus, okay, plus 16H plus, plus 10 electrons, okay, giving us 5Cl2 plus 10 electrons plus 2Mn2 plus 2 plus 8H2O. So the final answer is when you remove these 10 electrons, just remove it. So you now have the final answer as 10Cl minus plus 2MnO4 minus plus 16H plus, giving us 5Cl2 plus 2Mn2 plus what? 8H2O. Now this is the final, this is the net equation. This is the net equation. This is the net equation. So this is your answer, okay, as the net equation. So you see, so this is just very easy. Just take your time and watch it, you understand it.